Hello, welcome back to Every Kind of I Do. We have made it to episode 50. Can you believe it? So, I have a super special one that is I'm very fond of for obvious reasons. And I just kind of wanted to share a little bit of this with you guys because I have posted about it, but I haven't talked about it and the depths of the nerddom that I dove into when doing this vow renewal. So, remember how I told you that vow renewals are still weddings, right? So, I would treat every vow renewal just as special and important as I would a wedding, a big old wedding, or a micro wedding, or anything like that. So, what I'm going to get into here today is the concept behind what I wanted to do with this vow renewal and why it meant so much to me personally, but also the friend or vendors that I brought in to help me out. So, I'd been a listener of Kidd Kraddick in the morning since the 90s when I moved here for the first time. Then I moved here again in the year 2000. And I loved their morning show. Still kind of do. I don't get up early in the morning as much as I used to with the full-time job, right? Like every day I would go to work and for years, it felt like at least 7+ years, maybe 10 years of my life, I was doing the 9 to 5 job early in the morning, leave at 4 or 5 in the afternoon kind of thing, right? So this radio show was always in my life for a lot of times. And I told when I first met Zach, I told Zach there's two places I would ever want to get proposed to. And then one of them was Kidd Kraddick in the morning, and the other was a Blue Man Group show. And I knew very good and well that Blue Man Group was nowhere near Dallas Fort Worth at the time. And but the second thing was the Kidd Kraddick in the morning show. So one day I showed up and he worked nearby. And then it turns out they had arranged to do this secret proposal on the radio show, and I had no idea. So, Kidd was also alive back then, so he was really good at making me think that I was about to win a prize. Like I was playing a game and I had to win a prize. So anyway, this is why I went back to Kidd Kraddick in the morning a few years later now. And I said, I would really like to do a vow renewal on the air with you guys. I said, it'd be super special, it'd be super sweet, and it has meaning for me. And it's a wonderful thing to celebrate in my life. So here we are. We stopped at Kidd Kraddick in the morning studio. And also there was two things that happened. Our original proposal got to play on the air. There was a short version of it. And then we got to have the vow renewal on the air where Big Al Mac was our officiant and he renewed our vows for us. And if you know anything about Big Al Mac, he is just absolutely hilarious. And I just couldn't believe we were doing it. Matter of fact, like, you know how people say to write your vows and stuff? Like, I was trying to freeform it and I was like, I don't even know what I'm doing. I feel like everybody in the room is staring at me and they're looking at us like we're crazy because of these silly vows that we're saying. But it didn't matter. I was very high, I was entertained. I was having fun. I'm actually wearing the dress I was wearing then. This is a very special dress that I had made for Blue Man fan meets. So I already had the Blue Man Group theme idea in my head because I had a Blue Man Group themed wedding. So this is me recreating in a more obnoxious fashion of what I would do for a Blue Man Group vow renewal. So as you can see, I'm wearing the staple cobalt blue bolero jacket. I am wearing my spin art cube dress. And the flowers in front of me were done by my friend Kate of Rainflorist. And I gave her the inspiration of a spin artwork that they make in their show. And so this is her version of a spin art just done in flowers with blue feathers, yellow flowers, and some filler in between, as well as some big, cool, like red leafy things. So, and I let her just go crazy with that idea. I was like, what would you do if you were given a theme of Blue Man Group? And unless you were a fan, like you couldn't dive deep into the elements of Blue Man. So I think she did a great job. And then also capturing these images. You see these images here. I am not the photographer of these images. I had Lucero come in and help me out with Lucero Cervantes photography. And I'm going to link her in here too because she was such a help to come out here because it's basically like I eloped to the radio show. It's just me and my husband, we're on the canal hanging out, and just going into the studio, record, and then head out and have lunch or something. So this is me like planning my own vow renewal, you could say. So after all of that's happened, we did a group photo. This is so sweet because I love how everybody's doing what we would consider a traditional wedding pose. And I think we set it up this way too. I go, well, let's do the girls over here, the guys over here. The guys are doing the little cross hands. The girls are over here just looking all cute. And I've got my bouquet. And also what I brought, which I don't know if I did a photo yet. I did. Hold on, let me go back to this. Okay, so first I'm going to talk about the outfits just real fast. Obviously, the radio crew, they're doing their thing. But I asked Zach to wear his cobalt blue shirt, and then Kate had made him like a little miniature boutonniere to kind of match. So I've got my original OG wedding shoes on. Yep, I still have these wedding shoes. They're platform Skechers, and I wore those on my wedding day. At this time, it was like almost 19 years ago. And so the one thing I brought with me on this vow renewal day is my original proposal photo with Kidd Kraddick in the, in the from the show. So this is photos of them kneeling on one knee and holding my hands, and then a group photo of all three of us together. And my shirt says, "Life's too short to be unhappy." And I think at the time I made that shirt, I saw a lot of unhappy people, and I was like, I want to wear this today to remind people that life is just too short to be miserable. Let's find our happiness and let's find joy in life. So this is what I brought to our ceremony as well because I thought it was important. And of course, as soon as I get it out of the car and I start grabbing it, it fell and now there's a giant crack in it. And it's just a clock that I used to use and I just have it in my office, but now it has a giant crack on the top and I felt sad about that. So here's a closer look at Zach's, boutonniere. I think it's quite cute. It's got a little bit of blue sequins. It's got a little blue fluff. It's got a basic yellow rose with a bud here and some lovely, lovely blue feathers. And here's a closer up version of my bouquet, which is a lot of blue fluff, which is obviously it's right on point with the color tone, right? But you'll notice the spiral of the yellow flowers. This is indicative of, if you look closely, look at the spin art. The spin art has this swirl to it, and there's three different colors in a spin art. You have the blue, you have the pink, and you have the yellow. So this is why you'll see my cubes also have blue, pink, and yellow. Because I told you I'm a fan, right? Like I'm a really big nerd. And when I nerd with you on your stuff, this is how nerdy it can get. Every little detail has meaning. So I just want to share that with you. So we have a couple of different things and you have some greenery in here too, but look at how it kind of mimics the spin art. I thought that was kind of fabulous. But so when you're thinking about your vow renewal and you're thinking about the things that you want to do you want to surprise your partner with it? Okay, I've had a couple that were nice surprises. Really, they really were. And some of them they planned them together, and some of them were surprise vow renewals, which I think is lovely, especially when you keep it short, sweet, and simple. You can go do a vow renewal with just you and your family, like your super close family, maybe your kids or whatever, if you've got kids, and or pets. If you need bring your pets with you. We've had a discussion about bringing your pets to your events and weddings. But what would you do? What would you do with a vow renewal? And does that even matter to you? Like a lot of people never get married. Maybe they'll never get married. It's not that they're single, it's just that they're together and they're just never going to officially be on paper. Like, what if you're not going to do anything? What if you just want a reaffirming ceremony of like how much you love each other and just be verbal about it? There's something about telling your partner how much you love them and appreciate them. And this was that for us. And I'm so glad that we did it. And I kind of want to do it again. And I know some of my friends, they want to get married every year and make a thing about it. Just get married in different states and cities or get married, in another country and just have a ceremony that means something to them and super special, right? So as I leave you today on episode 50, you know, if there's anything you have questions on or if there's insights that you have that I haven't heard of yet, let me know in the comments. Like and subscribe to the show here, and I will keep on going into the next galaxy of episodes. All right, I will talk to you soon. This is Jen signing off for now. Bye.